Der Tiger ist durch.
Yellow. Copernicus? Is that you? Let me guess. You've gotten yourself into some kind of jam. Swinging by your toes over a tiger cage?
Ein Tiger, okay. Aha. Aha. Als hätte ich's geahnt.
Kidnapped? That doesn't sound like part of your dream. Then again, you do have a way of making enemies. Who'd you piss off this time? I sincerely doubt that. The fact that I'm hearing your voice now suggests otherwise. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. You've sworn to deceive me, Vern. I'm going to feed the birds now. I want to know the truth. Look where that got you. Speaking of which, did you find the box, Copernicus? Have you opened it yet? Figure out a way to open that box, Copernicus. Inside, you'll find out who you really are. Don't mess with him, kid. He's the final gatekeeper. Way too strong. You need to learn the spell first, before you can go up against him. Hey, if I knew it, I'd tell you. But let's start by getting you out of that box. Lucky for you, I've got my Farmer's Almanac here. Let's have a look. Hang on. See, cabbage, caraway, carrot, car trunk. First thing you should do is reach around for the latch. Sounds kind of obvious. Okay, next step. See if you can scare up the brake lights. Can you find them? It's a little gizmo with some wires. Okay. Yank on the wires and try to pull the lights into the trunk with you. Got them? What color are the lights? We need a green light, kid. A steady green light. That's the way forward. Gotta run now. Good luck to you, kid.
Och, du Scheiße. Okay. Darf nicht plus, der darf nicht der darf nicht 3 sein. Minus zu Minus. Minus zu dem. Der darf ja nicht plus sein. Warte, zurück. Ah ne, das darf ja auch die Farbe nicht haben. Warte mal. Kann der dann dahin? Ne, das darf ja auch die Farbe nicht haben. Ah, okay, so wird es jetzt nicht ein Schuh draus, ne? Bleibt der hier? Dahin? Stopp. Ja, dahin. Ja, der dahin. Genau. Ah. Wait a minute. Hat er im zweiten Auto sich sicher beschwert, dass so ein grünes Licht leuchtet? War da auch jemand im KOFFERRAUM drin, ne?
ما أدري شو تسوي بسيارتي، بس من خبرتي بهذا المكان راح تسح بعدين.
Englisch?
إنجليش. آسف. ما أدري هاي مو صدق، بس أنا أشعر به. كاني من صدق حجة سعر. كل شيء هنا إلها دلالة رمزية، السترن، الجير ولا القرن على الدشبول. هسا حتى لو أحد إيدي من السترن السيارة من كيف تمشي عدل؟ إيه معود على كيفك، أريد أوقف.
Okay, habe ich hier Pekannwurst. Ja. Nicht irgendwas, das ich dem zeigen kann? Nee. Besetzt die Sprache. Was passiert hier? Ich soll wieder raus? Nee. Ja. Singt doch auf Deutsch. Englisch. Jetzt haben wir ruhig hier. Ja, die Schnauze getrieben, ja.
And I lost my memory on the only way over to nowhere. And the tyrants race over the glowing asphalt, and I try to find an image of you. And the sweet fireflies, they dance in the night, they are stumbling on my way back to you. I'm sitting here,
Ja.
my gaze is drifting over the horizon,
Ich weiß doch aber hier.
where there's el horizonte allí no volcano.
Wir müssen das auf Arabisch übersetzen.
He oído el cielo está glowing asphalt, and I try to find an image of you. Look at cielo, they dance in the night, they are stumbling out at the day. Piacete tu, j'entends le titre mola. Ulica wygląda jak droga do Demona.
Eine andere Sprache.
Pamięć wybległa nadzieja, opiewa nie dociągła. Gwiazdy na niebie świecą, dzień rozglądamy. Por ir magesi sonte al final del camino. Puedes ver el horizonte al final del camino.
El camino.
He oído que el cielo está tan bajo que no puedes pararte derecho. He oído que el cielo está tan bajo que no puedes pararte derecho. Puedes ver el horizonte al final del camino. En normalmente tu horizonte sotto lo studrone. E quacuse odio Amilos temporis equipunas tertisicia. E quacuse odio uranos inetoso Amilos temporis equipunas tertisicia.
Kannst du bitte mal... Ey, Typ.
Piacete tutta iade.
Ich kann mich gar nicht darauf konzentrieren hier auf die Sprache.
Ulica wygląda jak droga do horyzontu.
Hat das Spiel einen Sinn, ja? Ich hoffe.
Odio uranos inetoso Hamilos temporis equipunas tertisicia. E quacuse odio uranos inetoso Hamilos temporis equipunas tertisicia. I'm sitting.
So, gehen wir kurz hier rein. Oh, okay. Gibt es hier irgendwo einen Hinweis? Auf irgendwas, was wir einstellen müssen? Irgendwo ein Hinweis, bitte. 11:51 Uhr. Er schießt den Fahrer und stoppt das Auto. Ja, würde ich ja gerne. Das Ding ist halt nur... muss halt das Radio einstellen auf Arabisch. Damit er mich versteht, weil er singt ja offensichtlich davon. Also in dem Lied geht es darum, was ich quasi erlebt habe. Und ich kann es halt auf Arabisch übersetzen. Muss es ja irgendwie einen Hinweis geben, wie wir es einzustellen haben. Okay.
The horizon. Borite nadite tu horizon da stotello studrone. And the tyrants race over the glowing asphalt. And I try to find an image of you. And the sweet
Da ist das auf Englisch.
they dance in the windows. Memories equipunas tertisicia. And the tyrants race over the glowing asphalt. And I try to find an image of you. And the sweet fireflies, they dance in the night. They are
Ich will ihn
And I
verprügeln.
lost my
Ich auch.
memory on the only way over to nowhere. And the tyrants race over the glowing asphalt. And I try to find in el derecho. He oído que el cielo está tan bajo que no puedes pararte derecho. Jet set tout un train de rêver, vraiment là. Tout est navite toi, the only way over el camino. Acuse otioran, ella, herma copica. Se de la nieve.
Guck gleich nach der Lösung. Ja, guck mal nach der Lösung, bitte. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was der von mir will hier. Wir gucken so lange in den Rucksack. Das war 51, das bringt uns halt auch nichts, ja. Ist da überall Zahlen drauf, aber die helfen uns nicht weiter. Zu viel Lied die ganze Zeit, Alter. Wir googeln uns die Lösung. Nur damit sie die Fresse hält. Oh, herrlich. Wo bleibt die Lösung? Hallo? Bin am Suchen. Okay. Warte. Warte, hab's gleich jetzt. Kann doch auch nicht so schwer sein, richtig, oder? Eine komplizierte Scheiße, du. Das Spiel ist so geil, das spielen Millionen. Vielleicht. Lautstärke auf 8. Okay. Warum, wie auch man das mal rausfinden soll. Und dann? Englisch machen oder was? Okay. Oh, das ist richtig random.
English? No, sorry. I could, of course, back in the real world, but it doesn't seem to have come with me into this place.
Also richtig random. Kleines Rätsel.
To me,
Wahrscheinlich wird irgendwo ein Hinweis gefunden noch, aber ich keine Ahnung.
like Arabic.
Ich hätte das
I
wahnsinnig
guess
das
it
Lied.
depends on one's perspective. Anyway, as long as you're not going to start shouting at me again, it's an
Ja, wenn
improvement.
du nicht antwortest, bin ich in deinen Kofferraum gelandet.
How would I know? It's not even my car.
Warum fährst du es denn dann?
No idea. I find myself behind the wheel here night after night. And the trunk, that's my dream too. You don't want to know how many hours I've spent in there, trying to shift my legs to keep them from falling asleep.
Was ist das, du der nächste Wächter?
What do you mean? Whose guard? Yours? Now I know you must be an English speaker. The only people in the world convinced that every story revolves around them. Who are you anyway?
Ich habe zuerst gefragt. Wie heißt du überhaupt?
I'm not sure actually.
Nee,
But
du bist
here,
nicht sicher.
it's funny. On this highway, everybody calls me Al-Shatir.
Warum ist das merkwürdig?
Never heard of Ibn al-Shatir? A famous astronomer. I guess you don't learn about him in your schools. One of the forefathers of astronomy. In many ways a predecessor to... Yes, that's right.
Copernicus, ja.
Copernicus, Al-Shatir. Two iconoclasts from different lands who challenged the belief that the sun revolves around the earth. Two dreamers who had the conviction that their unique consciousness is not the only thing in the center of the universe. Maybe you're not just part of my story, like I'm not part of yours. You were trapped in the trunk, where I've been many times. It's like you've wandered into my dream, and I've wandered into yours. Takes a leap of faith, I know, to admit that we both exist.
Was ist das für ein komischer Wolkennebel da? Oh, warte. Wieso steht da jetzt Zayed?
A man with many eyes. No, I've run across many strange things recently, but not that.
Wo läufst du denn weg?
From wars, from bombings, from the cockroaches that crawl out as soon as the dust settles. On the news, you hear only about armies and religious madmen. But it's the gangsters that drove me away. They're the ones who did this to me. The El Mahdi army. They called themselves an army anyway. They were looking for my brother-in-law because he worked as a translator for the US military. Neighbors warned us we should move, and so we did, twice. Luckily, no. He was safe with the army, beyond their reach. A few years passed and we forgot about the threat. Life had returned to normal, and that's when they came back and picked me up. 2 days later, when I woke up in a Baghdad hospital, I found out that they dumped me off there and told the hospital that I'd hurt myself in a work accident. Yes, after that, I couldn't stay. The women in my family, my mother, my sisters, they were the only ones who knew. I was very close to the women in my family. They were the ones who were around all the times while I was recovering. The men, my father, my brothers, always working, always out of the house. I got on a plane to Istanbul, where my cousin lived. He took me to Izmir, where the smugglers are. They're easy to find. I bought a space on a vessel, headed to Mytilene, Greece, the closest harbor in Europe. No, they had a system that you would pay your money to a broker, and he'd give you a token. Once you go to the other side, you show the token. Only then does the broker pay the smuggler. We couldn't leave for 5 days. Too many Greek army ships in the sea. Every morning, getting up at 3:30 to make a go of it. By the 5th day, I was so tired of waiting that I wasn't even scared to get on board any longer. Finally, impatience had overtaken fear.
Sag mir, was dann passiert.
We did not make it to Europe. A boat pulls up next to us. People are trying to understand what's going on, but the men on the ship only speak Greek. At first, people are worried that it's pirates. They take everything from the passengers. Sometimes take the passengers themselves. Sometimes just ram the boat and laugh as it sinks. But no, These are police, it turns out. They take us back to Turkey, where I'm waiting, and waiting, and waiting.
Ja. Ich warte auch.
Of course, I did not remember all this in my dreams at first. These were things I remembered from clues I found along the highway.
Hört sich bekannt an.
I've dreamed this highway, this car before, many times.
Was passiert denn in deinem Traum?
Always a long drive, always danger. Sometimes I'm smuggled in the trunk, sometimes I'm driving. Always checkpoints, inspections, betrayal. Always from someone who pretends to be my friend.
Bist du Verräter?
I'm not worried about you. You seem too confused to hurt anyone. What is your dream about? A breakup? That's it?
Ja.
Ah, that's more like it. Who has been kidnapped? Who's this person that's been taken away from you?
Meine Freundin.
Do you have a photo?
Ja.
Who knows? Maybe I've seen her
Hier. Ah, echt.
somewhere along this highway.
Einfach ein Foto hier. Hier, im Rucksack. Da. Bitte.
I know her, the same woman, but with different hair color. I just saw her at the gas station a few miles back.
Das ist nicht sie, das ist ein Köder.
A decoy? What kind of game are you playing here?
Sollte eine Falle sein, aber der Schuss ging nach hinten los.
I'd say, you're lucky nobody got hurt.
Sie ist also nicht in Gefahr.
Yes, that's right. There was a scene there at the gas station. She was being questioned by two men. She seemed to be explaining herself, pointing at the empty passenger seat in her car. They didn't really seem interested in her, though. They were more interested in the empty car seat.
Wie sahen sie aus?
One man was wearing an orange vest. He seemed to be
Oh
in
my
charge.
God.
Another shorter guy next to him. Mean looking, like a shrew.
Wer hat mich dann gerettet?
Sounds like getting in my dream. Getting in the trunk. May have saved your neck.
Hast du dann... Konntest du sehen, ob er einen Arm hat?
No, I didn't get a look. I just heard one strange thing they said. That they were looking for a guy with 8 fingers. They were going to find him.
Ich hab 10. 8 Finger?
Something like that. 8 fingers. 8 digits maybe.
Ich hab seine Telefonnummer.
And you wouldn't happen to have a strange blue box with you, would you?
Ja, warum?
That was the other thing they mentioned. They have the key, but don't want the box opened.
Frag mich warum.
Well, if they were chasing you... Say, have you noticed how many tumbleweeds there are suddenly?
Wir sind in der Wüste.
I don't know, but the weather also seems to be turning suddenly. Turn on the radio and see if you can find a weather report.
Oh nein.
My God! Get that thing off the window! Get it off! Get it off!
Ähm, ähm, warte. Alter. Ja, was soll ich machen?
It seems to be changing the weather conditions. Suddenly, it's sunny. It's not working. They're stuck to the car. We need some other kind of weather to get clear of them.
Aber was denn jetzt schon wieder? Mann.
Level 3
Earnings per share of $1.
Level 3 thunderstorm. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Damaging winds are...
Looks like tornado conditions now. Look, the tornado. It's starting to pull the tumbleweeds off the ground.
Ja, ist gut.
But it's not strong enough.
Strong enough.
Warning. Warning. Tornado 60 feet from Cobb. Warning. Tornado.
It worked. Oh, good riddance.
Boah. Okay.
Look, that was very strange. Even for this place. And the eyes on those things. It seemed they were spying. Searching for something. Did you notice? What do you know about these guys? The ones who are after you? Oh, let's see. Balkan tours? Not directly, no. But I've heard about them. From a guy in Istanbul I met. He had made it through to Europe, but then had come back to get his family. But that's another story. He had come across those Balkan tours on his way back from Serbia. He warned everyone about them who would listen. Apparently, they had a charitable program to help refugees, promising to help them. But no one who accepted their help was ever seen from again. People just disappeared. And it wasn't just people in the refugee community either. Tourists too. They were strange stories. Did she mention anything about these Balkan tours to you? Yes, I guess merely the fact that you ever saw her again suggests otherwise. Still, it seems like a connection. I only heard bits and pieces, nothing very clear. Mirrors,
Organmafia.
rooms full of mirrors. People losing their minds and never coming back. Yes, people who were heading from Turkey into Croatia and Serbia were being warned about it. Watch out for mirrors. Rooms full of mirrors. Rooms full of ice. Well, my friend, I think right now the best thing you can do is run for safety. They probably have a good beat on your location, assuming the tumbleweeds were on their payroll. Make no mistake, these guys are dangerous. Well, we've all been in a dream we've wanted to wake up from, but couldn't, right? Let's just say there are people who thrive on that fear and have ways of keeping you from waking up. Exactly. What did you do to these guys anyway? Why you? Right. Where did you get the box? They must be worried about what's inside. Worried it will expose them, all the things they've done, to her and to all the other people they've hurt. I wish I knew. Even if I make it to my destination, I'm still not home. That's what it means to be an exile. My niece, Nadia, used to ask me that question all the time. Where are you going, uncle? She was the only young person who knew I was leaving. Imagine, she knew when my father didn't. I was always mad at my sister for telling her. She would ask me that when I was putting her to bed. The only thing you can tell when a person that young asks you a question like that at bedtime. I told her the truth. Not the truth, but the truth wrapped in the blanket of a story.
Aha.
There's a place where the river Tigris runs through Baghdad. A place called the Two-Story Bridge. When I was a kid, I would go fishing there and look out at the water and wonder where it all led. As a child, I was told that the farthest place on the earth from Baghdad is a place called Fiji. I would train my eyes on the horizon and imagine that all the water led there, to the point where the sky met the earth. To my child's mind, Fiji was the place where the sky touches the earth. These people of Fiji, they must be very tolerant people to live in such a place where one has to stoop over at all times and can never stand up straight. Eventually, they resolved to leave and find a new home where the sky was farther from the earth, where the pandanus tree can grow high enough to be woven. So they left this land right under the sky, leaving behind those people so old and bent that they no longer cared to stand up straight. The other Fijians gradually moved away from the edge of the world, and the sky got a little higher, and then they found a marvelous place. It was fertile and lush, with excellent weather, an orange tree for every backyard. But there was one problem: earthquakes. Terrible earthquakes, as frequent as rains during the springtime in this country. All because the sky was still close to the earth. When there's thunder, it echoes off the roof of the sky and causes the ground to break. But the Fijians adjusted. They built their entire civilization out of rubber. Rubber houses with rubber beds that would sway during the quakes, with rubber restraints that would hold the sleeping Fijians tight while they dreamed.
Mhm.
But Nadia didn't want a bedtime story about
Roboter.
that.
Guck mal.
She wanted a story about good and evil, the kind of story children like.
Das ist ein Roboter.
So I changed it for her to be about a Fijian princess called Nadia, who finds the source of all the earthquakes. So Nadia finds a dragon hiding under the earth. A dragon with a splinter in its toe, whose terrible roaring causes the earth to break. Nadia slays the dragon and saves the people by uttering a magic spell. Konothi se auton. Konothi se auton. It's actually Greek. Rolls right off the tongue, no? Okay, that was interesting. Can you say that again? All the mirror eyes closed. I'm not sure. I think something about closing eyes. Seems like it. And look, that's not the spell's only power. The card. There's a phone number on it now. Do you know what this means? I think you're ready to make a certain phone call. Right, ready to put your spell to use? Good. Do you have a phone? Even better. So, here's the plan. You call them and tell them you want to sign up for a tour. Here's the thing. If they act like they're taking you on a tour, everything is good. But if they've figured you out, they'll try to distract you while they kidnap you. Take it from me. They tell you someone you care about is in danger, but don't believe it. If everything's fine, then everything's fine.
Mhm.
But if someone you know is in danger, it's a trap. Get out of there. Are you ready? Dial the number.
Mhm. Ah.
Yeah. Yep, what can I help you with? That's a big park. You near the Argus gas station on Route 90? Alright, I'll pick you up in an hour. You don't have a car, do you? Just guess from your voice. So, see you in an hour. Don't worry about that. I'll be waiting for you once you land.
So, it worked then? I think you'll be fine. Just keep the spell close at hand. And remember, if they start telling you someone close had been hurt, it's a trap. It's a few minutes before 3:30 in Istanbul. There's another raft waiting. Another try. Thanks. To you too. I think you'll be fine. You have allies all along this road, even in the cars of enemies. I've left something for you.
Hey, sorry I haven't written in a while.